Hello and welcome to Codes This Week. Here we take you through legal developments across the country that took place in previous week. Let's get started. The Supreme Court orally remarked that it was inclined to appoint a committee headed by a retired judge, just as it had done on earlier occasion in the Hyderabad encounter case. A bench of Chief Justice S.A. Bobde, N. Subhash Reddy and A.S. Bopanna also granted time to Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, appearing for State of Uttar Pradesh, to file a reply in the plea seeking a CBI monitored investigation into the alleged encounter of accused Vikas Dubey and his three asides on July 10. In the light of this, the matter was listed for further consideration on July 20. In this case, the Supreme Court granted 1 week time to the Centre and Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir to file their reply in the plea seeking contempt, alleging non-compliance of May 11 judgment of the Supreme Court, which had directed that a special committee to be constituted to immediately determine the necessity of the continued restrictions of mobile internet speeds in Jammu and Kashmir to 2G only. A bench of Justice N. V. Ramana, R. Subhas Reddy, and B. R. Gavai refused to issue notice in the petition filed by the Foundation of Media Professionals alleging contempt for the inaction of Secretary, Ministry of Home Affairs, and Chief Secretary, Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir as well. In this, expressing regard for the principle of separation of powers, the court refused to entertain a plea seeking to stop the Amarnath Yatra this year, citing the risk of COVID-19. Bench comprising D.Y. Chandrachud, Indu Malhotra and K.M. Joseph said that local administration was better equipped to take a decision on the matter. Accordingly, the bench left the matter to be decided by the local administration in accordance with statutory guidelines. Matter must be left to competence of local administration, keeping in mind the statutory provisions, the bench ordered. In this case, the Supreme Court upheld the rights of erstwhile royal family of Travancore in the administration of Sri Padmanabha Swami Temple, allowing the appeal filed by the members of the Travancore family. A bench of Justice U. U. Lalit and Indu Malhotra reversed the finding of the High Court of Kerala that the rights of the family ceased to exist with the death of the last ruler of the Travancore in 1991. The death of the last ruler will not result in escheat of rights in favor of the government. The Supreme Court has observed that people suffering from disability are also socially backward and are thus entitled to the same benefits as given to the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe candidates. While considering an appeal against a Punjab and Haryana High Court order, the bench headed by Justice Rohinton Fali Nariman said that it is following the principle laid down in the Delhi High Court's judgment in Anamol Bhandari through his father and natural guardian versus Delhi Technological University. How to prove execution of will when both attesting witnesses are dead? Answering this, the Supreme Court in a judgment held that in a situation where both the attesting witness to a will are dead, it is sufficient to prove that the attestation of at least one attesting witness is in his handwriting. The issue in the apex court bench comprising of Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul and K.M. Joseph was further. It is still the requirement of law when both the attesting witnesses are dead. Under Section 69 of the Evidence Act, the attestation was required under Section 63 of the Indian Succession Act. That is, attestation of the two witnesses has to be proved. Or is it sufficient to prove that the attestation of at least one attesting witness is in handwriting? which is the literal command of Section 69 of the Evidence Act, apart from proving the later limb. Answering this issue, the court noted that Section 69 of the Evidence Act manifests a departure from the requirement of embodied in Section 68 of the Evidence Act. Supreme Court on Tuesday issued notice on a petition seeking implementation of audio-video recording of witness statements recorded by a police officer under Section 161 CRPC. Bench comprised by R.F. Nariman, Justice Navin Sinha and Justice B.R. Gavai had issued notice to the Union of Home Affairs. The bench said that it is important to follow up on the directions issued by the top court in Shafai Muhammad v. State of Himachal Pradesh with respect to the introduction of videography in investigation. Supreme Court issued notice in a plea seeking directions for the issuance of guidelines for disposal of clemency, that is, mercy writ petitions, and resultant execution of death sentence in a time-bound manner. Notice was issued by a bench of Chief Justice S.A. Bobde, Justice R. Subhas Reddy and A.S. Bopanna in the petition filed by Dr. Subhash Vijayaran, an advocate, highlighting the irregularities in deciding writ petitions across high courts, while particularly focusing on the case of the two child murder sisters, Renuka and Seema, convicted of murdering 5 children in a depraved manner. The top court has held an order passed by the National Green Tribunal directing the National Highways Authority of India to pay compensation to legal representatives of a woman and her daughter who died in an accident while travelling through a national highway. A bench of Justice R.F. Nariman, S. Ravindra Bhatt and V. Ramasubramaniam considered the issue whether the National Highway Authority of India, which owns and controls the highway, led to a duty of care to the users of the highway. In the next case, the Supreme Court issued notice in the plea filed by Jharkhand government against the launch of auction process of a coal blocks for purpose of commercial mining by the Prime Minister. Bench comprising Justice S.A. Bobde, N. Subhash Reddy and A.S. Bopanna, while issuing notice in the matter, stated that apart from being inclined to hear the case, it is also inclined to hear the issue on the plea for injunction against the coal block auctioneering. This was it for this video. Thank you for watching.